Sometimes, treat often, comfort always. Hippocrates. Good evening, honorable guests, faculty, and my fellow colleagues of AUS. I stand here honored to be able to speak to you tonight. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Srikanth Subramanian. I am the president of SGA of AUS for this semester. Tonight is an important night, to say the least. How do you define medicine? I'm not talking about the conventional definition that you would find in a dictionary or something that you would be able to look up in an encyclopedia. Nothing can compare to the true vastness and weight that the word medicine holds. Medicine is more than a word with a singular meaning. It is rather a lifestyle and a mindset that will become ingrained into you during your time here at AUS and further beyond your time here at AUS. A mentor of mine, a surgeon from Canada where I'm from, Dr. Amarali, always said, I've practiced surgery for more than 30 years, yet to this day I cannot tell you what it means to be a doctor. He would go on to always say, every patient is always different, but the anatomy is always constant. This message that Dr. Amarali spoke of defines medicine to me. No matter how good you get in your field or how skilled you become, always remember that there is more to learn. Your education may eventually end, but your learning will never stop. Today you stand before all of us as well as the world. You will be making a pledge to serve humanity today. But on a more grandeur note, you will be making a covenant with yourself to be true to yourself and treat with clear thought and care. And with this, I wish you all the very best. God bless.
Dear students, distinguished faculty, and their families who are here, and all the invitees. You know, today is the great evening. It's the most memorable evening because you start your remarkable journey entering into the medical profession. I know you guys have traveled from far and wide, I'm not talking about this a physical journey where you have to change so many flights and cross so many countries, with so many visa issues, but I'm talking about since you started the process of applying to the AUS and waiting for the interview and the results and with better breadth of times. So what is most important is finally you are here and you made it here. So congratulations from the AUS and myself. You should take this opportunity, explore by all means, at all cost, at great lengths, relish and cherish every moment of this, and put your right foot and acquire this spring of knowledge that you're going to obtain. And I'm sure this doesn't come with easy, but I assure you that from the AUS point of view, all the faculty, everybody will walk you through this journey and to fulfill and make your dreams come true. So once again, I welcome you on behalf of AUS family and all the distinguished faculty who are here, in spite of some of them has busy schedules, spared this few hours of time to join and participate in today's event, and hadn't for them would not have been successful. So thank you for being here. And a special welcome to Dr. Henson. When we requested her to give the keynote address, she's more than willingly and gracefully. She's always been seen in every event as the first one to be there, so she is here today. So thank you, Dr. Henson, for that. So now I call Dr. Henson for the keynote address.
Thank you, Dr. J. Dean of the American University of St. Vincent, Dr. J. Operations Manager, Shan, distinguished faculty, staff, students, family, guests, friends, well-wishers. Noah Roberts said, "If you do not go after what you want, you will never have it. If you do not ask, the answer will always be no. If you do not step forward, you will always be in the same place." Are you ready for this lifelong journey? I commend you, students. You seem to know what you want. You have asked the appropriate questions and taken the necessary actions to get here. You have made a major leap in your academic career towards professional development. But were those steps sufficient? Recently, I heard one of my colleagues describing persons in the medical profession as servants. Initially, I was most appalled by her seemingly blatant disregard and disrespect for physicians. However, when I later reflected on the true role of a doctor, I realized that her description was not disrespectful, but instead, it was a bona fide description of a successful and admirable physician. Are you ready to serve? Perfection is not needed, but you should strive for excellence through increased knowledge. You are human, so yes, some weaknesses exist and may surface. But despite these, you must remain committed to providing care for your patients. Serving others effectively means showing compassion to all around you without displaying any form of bias. However, maintaining a sound mind will be essential to have the physical health that is required for you to proficiently serve and care for your patients. There are many qualities of a great doctor, but today I want to emphasize the need for you to be committed, knowledgeable, and caring. commitment. Your presence here at this white coat ceremony and your agreement to embark on a career of medicine signify your commitment to the field. This is only the beginning, but these important first steps have sent a powerful message to many that you are willing and ready to dedicate your time, your efforts, and your knowledge to serving others. You have committed to engaging in selfless acts, caring for the sick, healing the wounded, prolonging life, offering quality life, providing both primary and secondary healthcare services, reassuring the brokenhearted, and listening to all patients. This is not merely a job, but a commitment to individuals, the population, and even the country in which you serve. I commend you for this leap of faith and for agreeing to put the needs of others before yourself. Perhaps this is your fate. The Almighty may have selected you specifically for a task that involves providing quality healthcare services to your neighbors. Regardless of the proceedings that got you to this stage, you must be applauded for agreeing to take on the challenge of selflessly serving the needs of others. This is a lifelong promise. And unlike many other professions, your reward and satisfaction is not monetary gain, but knowing that you have healed the sick, extended the quality of life of an individual, mended families who were previously torn apart by the illness of a loved one, reassured a patient who did not understand the symptoms that he or she was experiencing, and listened to a patient who only wanted the attention of someone who was willing to simply spare a minute of their time. Evidently, medicine is not merely a science, but it is also an art. You have committed yourselves to engaging in a field that has both a scientific and a social component. I urge you to be cognizant of this latter aspect at all times. Undoubtedly, a good doctor should be knowledgeable, but he or she must also be aware of the social aspects of caring for an individual. Treat patients and not bedside charts. Patients are humans with emotions and not merely machines which you input medications and laboratory tests. Effectively communicate with patients and do not simply regurgitate emotionless information. Think upon what you do before you act, and never treat a patient as the subject of routine work which you care little about. Do not wait until you are a patient to appreciate the qualities of a good doctor. Engage in best practices of an excellent physician from the onset, and you will be the recipient of a satisfying, rewarding, and motivating career. A wise Chinese man once said, "Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life." I am proud of your commitment, but this must be paired with knowledge. Knowledge. Patients will have a greater sense of security in a doctor who is knowledgeable. Learning begins from day one and it never stops. Be a sponge and absorb that knowledge, for it is the key to molding you into a great physician. Reading is vital for you to build on existing knowledge, consolidate what is already known, and add new knowledge. Experience is an excellent teacher, so learn from your failures and your successes. Establish a good rapport with your colleagues and maintain an enthusiastic exchange of information. Do not reject great advice, and do not cower when your mistakes are corrected. Be ready and willing to learn always, and keep an open mind. There are many sources of knowledge, but your patients represent a major source of vital information. Listen to your patients, as this simple act enables resolution of the presenting complaint, aids management, and shows that you care. Caring. When I was a medical student, I was informed that a doctor should refrain from becoming emotionally attached to his or her patient. Ironic, isn't it? Can a doctor actually care for a patient without being emotional? During an oncology rotation, I was amazed by the raw emotion displayed by an oncologist whom I was shadowing. This doctor was so distressed because he felt that he was not doing enough to prolong the lives of his cancer patients who were dying. He was hurt, and this was evident by the lines on his face and the tears that he shed periodically throughout the day. At that point, I could not understand why he chose to become so emotionally involved. This doctor appeared to be defying one's previously taught knowledge that a doctor cannot be emotionally attached to patients. Unfortunately, I could not appreciate the need for such emotion until I became a patient myself. It was during my second year of medical internship that I became very ill to the point of hospitalization. It was sudden and shocking to me and my family, as I am rarely ill. During one of my few weekends off, I felt lethargic and weak, but simply brushed it off as a consequence of my poor eating habits. I decided to take a nap that Sunday afternoon with an attempt to improve my condition, but progressively I got worse. It was unlike any experience I have ever had. At one point, I felt pinned to the bed and could not move. My family tried to communicate with me, but I was unable to respond to their voices, which seemed very distant. In my visual field, they appeared as only fractions of blurred images. Despite these symptoms, it was not until the Monday that I realized the severity of my problem. I heard the panic in the voices of my family members who claimed that I had fallen several times when I was out of bed, so needed assistance to shower. Strangely, I did not recall moving from the bed. I was powerless and confused. At that point, I was uncertain of my health status, as it seemed that I was more dead than alive. In just one weekend, I had gone from being a doctor on the ward to being a patient in the same hospital in which I worked. I was afraid and unsure of what to expect. My 1 week stint in the hospital was a powerful lesson for me as a doctor. It took that time in a hospital bed for me to realize that caring for and treating patients should not be limited to medications and laboratory tests, but requires some emotional input. Although I was a member of the team of doctors who was treating me, they only allotted the few minutes with me that it took to review my chart and auscultate my lungs and heart. It was so routine and emotionless that I could not believe that those were the same people with whom I worked. My greatest desire at that point of time was for these doctors, my colleagues, to show that they cared. It was hurtful, but it was a major lesson for me. Being hospitalized placed me in the position of my patients and helped me to better understand what it means to be a good doctor. As little as a minute from your busy schedule to listen to your patients and demonstrate your concern will make a significant difference in their lives. Undoubtedly, medical intervention will be needed, but combined combining the science of medicine with the social aspect of it will certainly extend the quality of life of your patients. I urge you to remain committed to this field of medicine and all that it entails. Continue to enhance your knowledge so that your patients can be comfortable and secure about your competence. Commitment and knowledge are vital, but this equation will never be complete without a display of emotion. Unless you truly care about your patients, you cannot effectively nor efficiently treat them. Congratulations on this journey of selflessness and service to others. May my advice be a memorable lesson for you in medical school. Take heed and remember these key words: commitment, knowledge, caring.
To be available to all the needy patients and the sufferings. So treasure every word she said today. Commit to that. Commit to the profession. So thank you once again. So now the main part of the white coat ceremony is the presentation of the white coats by myself and Dr. Azi, our General Surgeon, and Dr. Panit Kumar Katari.
Camisola, Tosin, and Pinola. Alicia Simpson. Anuluapo Roots and Became. Queen Ariane. Tamunolo Balema Okoro Jaja. Yui Reds of Sunday. Blessed Yuzanma Ama. Aloysius Apple. Stephen Tetet. George Brown. Zanisha Filbert. Tika Dongo. Sandra Drew. Grace Amoki. Usayo Bolatito Colavo. Janet Omole. Darlington Amadi. Peluso Iwenla Ayan Nike. Damilola Ebenezer Duye. Peter Gabriel. Nicholas Friday and Wachuku. Anifio Allen Ender. And Seacon Allen Ender. Isioma Favor Andrews. Thank you, distinguished, and accept the privileges and responsibilities given to me as a physician in training and dedicate myself to provide care to those who need.
I acknowledge and accept the privileges and responsibilities given to me as a physician in training and dedicate myself to provide care to those who need.
I approach all aspects of my education with honesty and integrity, embrace opportunities to learn from the patients, teachers, and colleagues.
I approach all aspects of my education with honesty and integrity, embrace opportunities to learn from the patients, teachers, and colleagues.
I will always maintain the highest standards of professional conduct.
I will always maintain the highest standards of professional conduct.
I will certify only that which I have personally verified, and I will never receive nor give unauthorized assistance on examinations.
And I will certify only that which I have personally verified, and I will never receive nor give unauthorized assistance on examinations.
I will value the knowledge and wisdom of the physicians who have preceded me.
I will value the knowledge and wisdom of the physicians who have preceded me.
I will recognize my weakness and strengths, and strive to develop those qualities that will earn the respects of my parents, my colleagues, my family, and myself.
I will recognize my weakness and strengths, and strive to develop those qualities that will earn the respect of my parents, my colleagues, my family, and myself.
I will respect the humanity, rights, and decisions of all patients, and attend to them with compassion and without bias.
I will respect the humanity, rights, and decisions of all patients, and attend to them with compassion and without bias.
I will maintain patient confidentiality and be tactful in my words and actions.
I will maintain patient confidentiality and be tactful in my words and actions.
I will value the diversity of the patient's experiences, cultures, and beliefs, because it enhances my ability to care for them and enrich my education.
I will value the diversity of the patient's experiences, cultures, and beliefs, because it enhances my ability to care for them and enrich my education.
I will not forget that there is an art to medicine as well as science, and the warmth, sympathy, and understanding are integral to patient care.
I will not forget that there is an art to medicine as well as science, and the warmth, sympathy, and understanding are integral to patient care.
I will strive to earn the trust of my patients placed in me, and the respect that the society places upon my profession.
I will strive to earn the trust of my patients placed in me, and the respect that the society places upon my profession.
I will recognize the privileges afforded to me as a physician in training, and promise not to abuse them.
I will recognize the privileges afforded to me as a physician in training, and promise not to abuse them.
Even as a student, I have a responsibility to improve the standard of health in my community, to increase access to care to the underserved, and to advance medical knowledge. As I accept these new responsibilities, I will not forget the importance of my own health and well-being.
Even as a student, I have the responsibility to improve the standard of health in my community, to increase access to care to the underserved, and to advance medical knowledge. As I accept these new responsibilities, I will not forget the importance of my own health and well-being.
I will continue to value my relations with those who have supported me in the past and those who will share my future.
I will continue to value my relations with those who have supported me in the past and those who will share my future.
Knowing my own limitations and those of medicine, I commit myself to a lifelong journey of learning how to care, relieve, and comfort with humility and compassion.
Knowing my own limitations and those of medicine, I commit myself to a lifelong journey of learning how to cure, relieve, and comfort with humility and compassion.
I make these promises solemnly freely and upon my honor.
I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
Congratulations once again.
The protocol already established. It's my pleasure to take this time to congratulate the new students who received this white coat ceremony. And I warmly welcome to you all to our community of University of St. Vincent School of Medicine. Sorry for that. The white coat, it's a symbol of physician, and it's a distinctive dress, and it is introduced to medical field in late 1800s, and nowadays the white coat ceremony is very popular among the colleges, and it was first originated by Dr. Arnold Gold in 1993 in Columbia University, the College of Physicians and Surgeons. This is the first steps of your journey of medical career, and this will be excited, and there will be the most fantastic journey you will take home. And you all listen a lot, very important keynotes from Dr. Vincent. She mentions a lot of information about his medical career, and she shared a lot of the experience. That is your take-home message. You need to practice. I am pleased to be given this opportunity to give a closing remarks at this important ceremony. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee for their wonderful organization of this great event in successfully. On behalf of American University of St. Vincent's School of Medicine, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all students, and new students, the family members, friends, my faculty colleagues, faculty staffs, and all well-wishers who participated in this event and made this event in success and pleasant. Without your support, it would never be such a nice event like this. A big thank you all. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Raju. So now I request all the students and faculty for the important part of the photo session. I think all of you love that. And before we get on to the refreshments part,